So as we said, at any given moment, you are located somewhere in your files directory in your current working directory, but you can access all the different files that are located in the different other directories. So we can find the different files or directory using the path. There are two different type of paths that allow you to locate a given file in your system hierarchy, which are the absolute path and the relative path. So basically, the absolute path describes all the parents of your given file up to the root. And the relative path describes the path to the file starting from your current working directory. I'm going to give you a few examples later on to better explain this. There is an important sign that you have to know that refers to your home directory in a given system, which is the tilde character that can be used to specify your home directory in any path, starting from your home directory. So the tilde character refers to your home directory. I'm going to show you later on some examples of paths using this tilde character. So again, an absolute path is a path to a given directory or ordinary file starting from the root. Let's say, for example, we would like to know what is the absolute path of file 1. So the absolute path of file 1 will be all the way from the root. So from the root, we're gonna go to home directory. From home, we're gonna go to Watson. From Watson to IBT 2016, then Linux, then session 1, and file 1 is located under session 1. So the full path of file 1 starts from the root. Remember again that we said that a path that started with the slash symbol refers to the root. And then under the root, we're gonna go to the subdirectory home, and then Watson, and then IBT 2016, and then Linux session 1 until we find file 1. So here are the different absolute paths to the different directories we have in our file structure. Like the absolute path to the root directory is the root directory is the root directory itself. The absolute path for the home directory is the path to go from the root to home. And home is located immediately under the root, so it's simply root and then home. If we're gonna go to the Watson directory, which is a subdirectory of home, we're gonna access home, and then we will access Watson, etc. And here are the different absolute paths to the different directories, and again the absolute path to file 1. So the absolute path is once again all the way from the root to access a given file or a given directory. We can refer to the parent and current working directory, giving two specific characters that are the dot and the double dot. So remember we said at a given moment we are located in a given directory of your file system, right? So the dot is a symbol that refers to your current working directory, and the double dot is a symbol that refers to the parent directory of a given directory. So here, for example, let's say that we are located in directory Linux right now. If we use the symbol dot, it's going to refer to the current directory itself, which is Linux. And if we use the double dot, it refers to the parent directory, which is IBT 2017. So the relative path is the path to a given file in your system, but starting from your current working directory. So it's relative to where you are in your file structure. Let's say our current working directory is now IBT 2017. So we logged into the system and we moved from the home directory of Watson to IBT 2017. So again, the dot refers to the current directory itself, which is now IBT 2017. So the relative path to any folder or file will be relative to where we are located now. So it will be relative to IBT 2017. So for example, the relative path to the Linux directory is dot, which refers to IBT 2017 again, because we are located there, and then slash Linux. The relative path to session 1 is dot Linux and then session 1, and the relative path to file 1 is dot slash Linux slash session 1, and then file 1 is located immediately under session 1. So now let's start playing a little bit with the terminal. I'll ask you to open your terminals. So if you have a Linux machine, simply go to the applications and open your terminal. Same if you are using Mac, you can open it directly from your applications or from your dock if you have it in your dock. If you are a Windows user, you should have Cygwin installed in your machine. You can open the terminal either by double-clicking on the shortcut that is in your desktop or from the applications menu as well. So I'm going to open the terminal from my applications. So I'm going to look for the terminal, and here is my terminal. So as we said, when you open a terminal, you are first located in your home directory, and you have the shell prompt that does contain the name of the machine and the user name. I typed some commands previously, so this is why you see some text, and I'll ask you to type any kind of text using the terminal. Let's say blah blah blah, and then you type enter, and of course the bash interpreter did not understand what I've written because it's not an existing command that the shell interpreter knows. You can write any other command, like using some text and then type enter, and again the system, the shell interpreter won't be happy because he's not able to understand the command that we've just written, which is not a proper command, not a right command that the interpreter understands. So I'm going to type again blah blah blah, and again it's the same error message because the command does not exist. Now if you try to use the up arrow key, you will see that the list of the commands that you tried will appear again, and you will be able to see the history of the commands that you did type, and this will allow you easily to correct mistakes. You will see it later on, like if you write a wrong command with wrong options, you can easily correct what you've written without having to do all the command again. Like now I can delete and I can add some text, but again, it's not a write command. So if you would like, for example, to clean your screen and delete what you have written previously, you can use the clear command that allows you to delete all the commands and all the results of the commands that you've written previously. But even though you delete the commands and the text from your screen, you can still see the commands in the history by using the up arrow of your keyboard, and it's going to take you through the history of the commands that you've written previously.